Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Prep Zone. I'm Rhett Sharp. We're here in Slidell at Salmen Stadium tonight for a boys high school soccer matchup. We've got the Franklinton Demons coming in and taking on the Salmen Spartans. Should be a good matchup. It was rescheduled from one of the coldest nights of the year to a mild, 50 degrees around here. We've got some fans. So we'll see what happens. Should be a good matchup. And this game is underway here in Slidell, Salmen Spartan Stadium. The Franklinton Demons and the Salmen Spartans looking to do battle here. Harrison sends it over. That's up to Nathan Logg. Franklinton steals. It's Drew Augustine gets it taken away from him. And that's Yila making a nice run. Nice through ball. And well defended by Franklinton. That's Ivan Garcia. Nice run with that pass. Coming in from Salim Yila. Spartan throw in. Traven Spinks takes that one away. And that's going to bring up our first goal kick of the evening. In goal tonight for the Franklinton Demons is Connor Ackerman. Nice kick. There's Ocampo trying to send it outside to his teammate who can't find the handle. Kevin Nguyen up the line. And here comes Franklinton. Can't find anybody. That ball cut off by Yila. Nice move. Wow, look at this. Just going through defenders. Really, really quick. Nice footwork. Gets taken down. I believe that's someone that the Franklinton might have to take another look at. And that ball goes off the foot of Spinks. Going to be a corner kick here. And the first corner kick of the night comes courtesy of Draven Spinks. Let's see if this is going to be a set play. That ball goes high and bends back outside. Here comes what looks like a pretty decent run from Ocampo, and then Yila out of nowhere. Harrison drops it off to a fullback, couldn't get his number. The ball well played. Harrison again, just content to drop it off. That's John Peter Nguyen. And out of bounds. Blaine Dufresne set to throw this in. Surveys the field. The ball stolen nicely by Garcia. Dufresne, nice move. Tries to keep it going. Kevin Nguyen. Christian Spinks loses it, and now the Spartans with Yila splitting defenders and then gets back on the ball. Wow, he's just a lightning bolt out there. Salim Yila. Dufresne. Reyes pops it up. And then a Demon returns the pop-up favor. There's John Peter. Just kind of makes that ball trickle out of bounds. Demon throw in. The ball punched up the line to nobody. Out of bounds. Here comes Nguyen. Trying to stay warm out there. He's got his cap on. Harrison. Well played there from Draven Spinks, kind of shielding the ball off until his boy Ackerman can come up from the goalie position and grab it. Kevin Wynn. Garcia. That ball spins and stays in. Brody Graham tries to send it back up, ends up out of bounds. Spartan throw in, Garcia. No, they're going to say it went off of a Spartan. Demon throw in to Jones. Jones and Matos get tangled up, and then the Demons clear it. So early on here, which is typical with a lot of games that we do here in the prep zone, these two teams are just really kind of figuring out who they need to be aware of and the best defenders. Here comes a nice run with a lot of speed. Can he keep it in? He does. And look at this shot, everybody. Wow. That was as close, I believe, as you can get without actually going in. It went between the soccer goal post and the football field goal post. Really nice effort there. I'm going to have to find out. That was number 10, Ocampo. Fantastic effort there. And, okay, we've got I guess Nathan Logg really, I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, we'll just keep going there. Ocampo sends it across. Nice header. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Man, number 7, Drew Augustine with authority. Ocampo sent that perfectly into the box, where the waiting Drew Augustine was just able to put it away. And just like that, folks, it's 1-0 Franklinton Demons. And I'm not sure that the Spartans were expecting that. Here's Harrison, excuse me. It's up the line for Logg. Logg trying to find Harrison, and does. Matos trying to go back inside, can't do it. Garcia. Matos. And here's the speedy Yila. Garcia wrangles that ball in. Harrison. Out of bounds. Spartan throw in. Wow, that goal still, I mean, really, that was a fantastic effort from both players involved to put the Demons on the board here. So pass to Yila up the line. And he stays on the ball. And Ackerman content to let that ball just go out of bounds through the back line. First take on Salim Yila is he might be a little too fast for his own good, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but he's had some opportunities and the ball just kind of gets away from him. Pass back to Garcia, who tries to make a move, stays on it. Nice play. And a step over from Logg, and then Ocampo. Nice play from Kai O'Neill. There's Logg. Well defended, man. Logg again. Not much to do there. O'Neill up to Garcia. Kind of passes it to nobody. And look out, because here comes Drew Augustine, your goal scorer. Come on, guys, let's go. Matos with a couple of nice moves up the field for Log, who gets cut off. Well defended by a Demon back there. And we're going to have Salim Ila retrieve the ball. Again, if you're just joining us, everybody, we've got a boys high school soccer matchup. It's the Salmen Spartans and the Franklinton Demons. The Demons are on top 1-0 here early in the first half. As Ila tries to make the corner, can't do it. And here's a corner kick from the opposite side now. Bruce Harrison. See what he can do. Arm up. I'm going to send it in, guys. Here we go. Keeps it low. And it's just kind of hanging out in the front of the goal there. The Demons send it out. O'Neal. Whoa. Gets shouldered. And that's just outside the box. And that looked like a pretty significant hit. Again, just outside of the box. Not a penalty kick, folks. Luckily for the Demons. But this is dangerous. And we'll see what the Spartans can put together here. As you can see, our cameraman David Williams out there getting us a nice view of what Yila actually has to do to get this one into the net. There's a two-man wall, and they've got to back up 10 yards. Looks like a lot of gaps there for Yila to kind of figure this out. Keeps it low. Wow. Well defended. Pretty decent shot. And then O'Neal retrieves it. Pass to Harrison back inside. And we've got a whistle on, looks like Salim Yila. So the ball going the other way now. Demons send it up. O'Neal to Garcia. Over to Reyes. Reyes with some space. Nice ball up the line. Log cannot handle it. He's a little disappointed with himself in that one. Quick throw in. Reyes to Garcia. Pops it up out of bounds. Nathan Ackerman with a throw in here. Yeah, and he got him for he wasn't set. His feet, I guess his feet weren't down. I don't know. It looked like a bad throw in. So the Spartans able to turn that quickly around. Every now and then, you know, the fundamentals go out the window just for a split second, and then you get a call like that. There's Garcia to Yila. Yila just knifing through the defense. Crosses it, nobody there. Kevin Nguyen able to keep it in. And there's a shot over the top. A lot of action here in the first half, and most of it has been on offensively on the Spartans side of the ball. But contrary to what you might, you know, think is going on here, if you've just joined us in the broadcast, the Demons are up 1-0. So the Spartans haven't found out a way to kind of punch this into the net. And Franklinton on the other side of the ball, as Yila makes a nice run again, but he's shut down. Franklinton has been able to figure out how to get it with a beautiful pass from Ocampo into Drew Augustine. There's Kai O'Neal. Sends it up to Kevin Nguyen. Ackerman able to get a foot on that, and then out of bounds. Ball goes to the Salmen Spartans. This game was originally scheduled for a couple of nights ago, like I mentioned pregame, but that was going to be it was going to be in the upper teens. I think by the time this game got started a couple of nights ago, it's a relatively balmy 50, maybe 55 degrees out there now. So, you know, fortunately for everyone involved, no one had to come out and play in really, really cold weather. So we've got a good matchup going here so far. Franklinton trying to make a run, can't do it. Ball gets punched back across the Spartan half field. John Peter Nguyen gets beat. Wow. And then Vadim Kondoga, your goalkeeper tonight for the Spartans. Nice little toss there, all the way up to Bruce Harrison, who finds Kevin Nguyen on the sideline. And Kevin's going to keep the ball for the throw-in. Little fake out. Harrison. There goes Robson Matos. Nice little drop off to John Peter, who sends it right back to Kevin Nguyen. There's Nguyen again with some room. Nice ball to Garcia, who drops it off for Harrison. And this is some nice ball movement from the Salmen Spartans, really. They can see what they need to do. They're making some nice passes. I think it'll probably pay off for them at some point, but you never know. The Demons' defense has also been pretty strong thus far. Quick throw in from Yila. Nothing doing there. Ivan Garcia gets tagged with a handball. And the Demons take over. That ball drops in. Whoa, dangerous play. Ocampo. The Spartans need to watch Drew Augustine. If he gets behind their defense, it could be game over. As he and Ocampo work again offensively. But Yila, Salim Yila, just really has command of the ball on his foot. It's just those random touches that he loses every so often that hurt his game right now. Nice move there from Eduardo Reyes. Franklinton Demon unable to keep his feet, and that ball is gonna just go out of bounds. Quick throw in. Nice defensive work from Draven Spinks. Harrison looking for someone on the outside, gets beat. And that'll be a Spartan throw in. Unofficial time here in the booth. 16 minutes gone in the first half. Score again 1-0. Franklinton. Going to be a Demon throw in now. Dufresne gets it taken away, and that ball over the top. Connor Ackerman doesn't even need to get a hand on that one. Goal kick, Franklinton. And Draven Spinks sends it up. Immediately Log gets on that one. Nice move from Log. Can't beat that last defender. Here comes Harrison to give it a try. Yila. Nice pass out to Log. No, offsides. And he knew it. He had a step, and he knew it. Offside call correctly from the linesman. Reyes to O'Neal to Garcia. Up to Harrison, who sends it over to Huynh. Looking for the cross, can't get it, finally does. And again, popped up. Spartans able to move the ball fairly efficiently. Just can't seem to get that final pass they need to maybe get a nice foot on the ball, send it toward the net. Spinks kind of clubs that one, gets a lot of ground with it. Yila gets flagged. A little aggressive out there, a little aggressive. Ocampo gets taken off the ball. That's Danny Tran. Sending it forward to John Peter Nguyen to Harrison. Nice ball. Can Yila get to it with the speed? Oh, tries a little back heel. Can't do it. And we've got injuries in the box. And we're back after that injury timeout. Salim Yila looked like he's okay. And obviously the goalkeeper still in is okay. But Yila had to leave the field for at least a moment or two. But before that, it was a nice run. And Yila was looking for a little heel flick. And there was a collision. But now, back on real time, Ocampo is running around defenders, making a nice cross in. Looking for Drew Augustine again. Can't do it. And we're looking at a Spartan goal kick. This has been a pretty exciting matchup so far, with really spurts of offense from the Demons, whereas it looks like the Salmen Spartans are keeping the pressure on pretty consistently so far. Here goes Robson Matos. See if he's got some speed. He's going to have to. Nice move. Cuts it back in. Nobody there. Garcia there. Well defended from Ocampo. And there's Augustine. He gets it taken. Garcia takes it away. Over to Huynh. Up the line. Garcia has to turn around. Nice back pass. And then we've got a call. Some type of foul committed. Ivan Garcia going to place this ball. Look for a nice cross here, everybody at home. Got a few players crashing the goal here. And that ball trickles all the way into the box. There's a shot. Wow, Kai O'Neal actually got that shot off. Connor Ackerman was able to jump on it. And there's a punt from Ackerman that reaches half. Yeah, that's a nice punt. Spartans chase this down. Ocampo steals up. Wow. And Garcia had to get back there and put a stop to it. Ocampo was going to walk it in. Condoga with the punt now. Harrison up the line. Garcia, nice drop-off pass back to Harrison. And see, that's a nice look from the Spartans. They've you know, ball control. I mean, from last season for me, it looks like they've improved, you know, their vision a little bit as far as what they see and how they can get from one place to the next. It's just a matter now of getting the ball in the goal. And the Demons are not rattled at all by this. And why would they? They have the lead. Salim Yila back in after that injury timeout. Spartan throw in. Kai O'Neal back to Garcia. Harrison, nice 1-2. Little give and go there. Garcia wasn't expecting it, I don't think.
Come on, Salmen, let's go, guys.
Harrison let that go. O'Neal. Log. And again, that was almost collision number 2. Offsides. Yila got a little too eager on that one. But that could have been something significant there. Log sends it into Yila. Well defended there. By Draven Spinks. Matos to Garcia. Garcia's got plenty of room. What's he going to do? He gives it back to Matos. Matos, nice move. Stays on it. Harrison. Wow. Nothing but the back of the net there. That was a little rocket ship. Straight to the back of the goal. Kept it low. That's the hardest shot for the goalie to defend, is a low ball to the corner. And that was actually across the face of the goal. Really nice shot from Harrison. And that equalizes its game at 1. 1-1. And you know, really from my standpoint up here calling this game, it was only a matter of time before the Spartans were able to figure something out, because they have been so really offensive minded here in the first half. Franklinton is going to have to figure out something to get more of their, you know, maybe whether it be Drew Augustine or Ocampo in their offensive scheme a little bit more here. .26 minutes, 27 minutes gone really in the first half. Again, the score tied 1-1 off a well-placed Bruce Harrison shot. Demon throw in, back out of bounds. Kevin Hoon going to chase that one down. Going to send that over to O'Neal. Here's Matos. Splits defenders. Can't do it. Draven Spinks. Well played. Ocampo can't hang on. Reyes can't hang on. And here comes Blaine Dufresne. Ocampo really wanted to get all of that one and would like that one back, I'm sure. Yeah, he could see that ball had goal written all over it, and then it didn't. Condoga sets it down.
Upfield, Salmen, let's go.
Sean Scallon gets up for that ball. And we got a whistle. Going back the other way now for the Spartans. Here's Harrison, your goal scorer. Nice through ball all the way down to Connor Ackerman, who comes out, makes the play. And then lackluster punt. John Peter Nguyen. to Condoga. But Drew Augustine, again, not too far away from the action. Nila. Log wide open, onside. Let's see if he can get the cross in. He's going to, whoa, see, wow, look at that. Look at that. Number 17, Timothy Smith, comes really out of nowhere, full head of steam, and not scared to get tangled up with Log there in the penalty box. Log could have done a couple of things. I think that Smith really closed on him faster than he thought. Again, a good pass from Yila up to Log. And here comes the goal kick from Spinks. That ball trickles out of bounds. Spartan throw in. Right at midfield. Harrison can't keep that one. O'Neal gets taken off the ball. And that pass, an errant pass, goes out of bounds.
Guys, let's go.
Reyes throws in. Here's Yila. Shot. And the Spartan fans are getting restless out there. They want Yila to pull the trigger a little faster than that. Nonetheless, he shot it right at Ackerman, and here we are on a counterattack. Ocampo receives that spinning ball, waiting for some help, and he gets it by way of Elijah Jones. Condogo content to let that ball go out of bounds. Goal kick. Unofficial time clock here in the press box. We've got about 7 or 8 minutes left here in the first half. We've got a tie score here, 1-1. And a pretty good game going here in Slidell. Spartans able to move it down the field. It's well played from the Demon defender. Cross field to Ocampo. Ocampo with a couple of moves, waiting for help again. Decides to keep it. And that's Log, able to get a foot on that and knock it out of bounds. Elijah Jones looking across the field. And that ball's mishandled. Nice heel flick to Garcia. Matos with a nice little move there. Unfortunately, looks like Yila was offsides. Draven Spinks looks like he's going to put this ball in play. Referee tells him to back it up a little bit, so he does. Spinks sends it up. O'Neal.
Guys, control it. Let's go.
Yila sends it forward.
Go, guys.
And here's Ivan Garcia. Matos receives that pass from Garcia, but kicks it right at Ackerman, who is either in the right place when he's needed to or the Spartans are just targeting the wrong person. Probably a little of both. And that ball, as you see on your screen, out of bounds. It's the chain link fence as Kevin Huynh looks to throw it in. A lot of time is invested on the sidelines here when you watch soccer. And now we've got some back and forth with Drew Augustine finally able to settle it down. Kicks it right to O'Neal. Nice ball for Huynh. Blaine Dufresne. Kevin Huynh just making some really nice moves up the side there. Finally gets it out to Log, who tries to flick it around, and he gets it done. But a demon was there. And Log a little upset with how he handled it. But, you know, difficult ball in. Spartans doing everything they can right now to get another goal before halftime, which is getting pretty close, as we're going to see a corner kick taken by Bruce Harrison. Let's see what he can do. Little line drive ball back into the net. Wow, look at that. Kevin Huynh, little one-time rocket back into the goal, and it's 2-1. And I just said they're doing everything they can to score, and they do. Check out Kevin's shoes. Those are pretty fresh with the light blue yellow situation, and he scored with them, so they got to be pretty nice. So again, folks, 2-1 now. Salmen Spartans just took the lead in this game over the Franklinton Demons, and there there's your goal scorer there, number 7 for the Demons, and your assist man in number 10, Ocampo. And they're looking to score real quick off of that. Log and Ocampo in a battle. Play on, everybody. Play on. Dufresne sends it to Danny Tran, and that ball's out of bounds. So again, everybody, 2-1. Just like that, the Spartans overcome first a deficit, then they tie, and now they're in the lead. So it's been a pretty productive first half for them, as Reyes receives this ball and just kind of sends it up. No problem for Connor Ackerman. There's a slip. That's dangerous there on the sidelines there. Nathan Ackerman. That's too slick out there for these cleats that these players use. They're built for grass, not the plastic tarp stuff on the side there. There's Log. Blaine Dufresne. Nice move. Finally taken off the ball by Danny Tran. And Bruce Harrison, wow, can't do anything with it. Ocampo.
Let's go, Nate.
Reyes. Draven Spinks there. Drew Augustine.
Handball.
And here at the end of the first half, the Demons have turned up the offensive production as Log takes a headfirst dive, looking for a call, doesn't get it. Could have gone either way. Everybody getting ramped up here towards the end of the first half. And it's purple ball. And that's the end of the first half here in Slidell, Salmen Stadium. The Salmen Spartans lead the Franklinton Demons by a score of 2-1.
St. Tammany Parish Public Schools, an A-rated school district. Graduates with the highest ACT scores in the state. Facilities with the latest technology. Safe and secure schools. A variety of sports. Fine arts. And learning to last a lifetime.
I'm Superintendent Trey Foles, and this is where we educate every child, every day.
Second half kickoff here in Slidell. Spartans and the Franklinton Demons. The Spartans up 2-1. As Garcia with some room, trying to find somebody up the middle. Can't do it. Kevin Nguyen. Bruce Harrison. I'm sorry, that's Salim Yila. And man, he just pops that one up over the net. A little too much height. But just like that, the Spartans earn a corner kick. Not sure what the holdup is. But we had to wait for the goalie to get the ball. That's what the holdup was. Here it comes. And Kevin Nguyen.
Come on, guys, set up.
Gonna put this ball in play. Nice. Just over the head of Salim Yila. There's Log.
All right, Salim.
Yila goes down again. Reyes backs it up for Danny Tran. Ocampo drops it off for Blaine Dufresne. And now Ocampo with a nice move to Dufresne. Spartan defenders cover that nicely. Looks like Condoga is now out playing some ball. That can't be correct. We'll figure out what's going on down there. Blaine Dufresne with the throw in up the line. Garcia. Tran. Blaine Dufresne, throw in. Folks, I got to be honest, I'm not sure 100% who number 11 is for the Spartans. Bruce Harrison knocks it down. Reyes gets taken off the ball by Ocampo. Ocampo with a nice move around O'Neal, and then it's just like a, I mean, wow. That was fantastic. O'Neal takes the bait, and Ocampo sends it right into the back of the net. We've got an equalizer, folks. It's 2-2, and now we've got a real game on our hands here, as Matos and Yila get set for this kickoff after that fantastic goal from Ocampo. Yila drops it off for Harrison. Garcia back to Yila. Nice start to this offensive push. Yila, too much traffic. He's grabbing, And we got some words out here. And a push, and now the referee's gonna get involved. You can't push anybody. There's a red card for Salim Yila. He's out of the game, folks. And I could see it coming even earlier in the match. Yila being a little too aggressive out there. You know, but in his defense, the Franklinton player did push him, but I guess that's a moot point after the hand grabs. So now everybody's on edge, and as Drevin Spinks gets set to kick this ball. And now Salmen playing with a man down, which is really the more important aspect of this whole situation now. Salmen at a disadvantage.
Step up, guys. We need it.
Matos. And Franklinton with a free kick. Spinks again. Garcia cannot settle it. Gonna get tagged for a high kick. That was a little, I'm not sure, that's borderline. So here is Ocampo, who really, I mean, you know, why not take a shot, put it up. Yeah, and he does so, a little off the mark. Gonna be a goal kick. Yeah, it really feels like all of the momentum that Salmen had built up in the first half is now, you know, kind of not there. They just lost probably one of their best attackers to a red card, and that was right after giving up a goal to make it 2-2. So they really need to kind of regroup here and forge ahead, as my fellow announcer would say, Tiger Edwards. Kai O'Neal tries to settle and regroup his team. That's Tanner Sandburn. Blaine Dufresne and Garcia. Log. Spartan throw in, Garcia. You hear the Spartan fans outside, at least I do, urging their team to quicken the pace. And Garcia kicks it out of bounds. Well, folks, it's been an exciting 10 minutes here in the second half, as we've seen a goal, a red card, and some other exciting things, and a 2-2 ball game. If you're just joining us, I'm Rhett Sharp, bringing you all the action here tonight, and there has been a lot. As the Demons throw in and are going to get the ball back. It's Mason Davis. Nope, going to toss the ball over to his teammate and then head up the line.
Good job, Nate.
And it was Drew Augustine trying to make something happen there with his right foot. Goal kick. Kai O'Neill. Matos and Timothy Smith get tangled up. Two number 17s out there. Smith with a nice defensive tackle. So often in high school soccer you see that. And either they get all ball, they get no ball. And if you get no ball, that's a penalty. But Smith able to stay with that one. And now down the far sideline, Smith again pushes Bruce Harrison off the ball.
Move up, White.
And unfortunately for the Demons, he gets a call there. Let's see what Harrison can do. Calls it in. Ackerman bobbles the ball, but is able to retain it. And here's the punt. Straight up in the air. That's Drew Augustine trying to settle. Sends it all the way down. And it looks like they've traded goalies. Or maybe not, I can't tell. Matos, nice turn into the center. Tanner Sandburn up the line. Nice pass inside to Augustine. Matos can't take it from Reyes. Up the line to Log. Nice move. And then well defended.
Let's go. Come on, White.
Out of bounds. Referee having a little discussion with one of the Demons. Probably tell him to calm down maybe a little bit. No, there's a yellow card. He's, yeah, he's upset. We're not sure up here in the booth what happened. I'm sure there's a lot of talking going on down there. The referee really wanting to get a handle on this game. A lot of times what happens is these games get out of hand and the referee kind of loses control of the players out there, and then you get to talking, and then a lot of people get yellow cards, red cards, and it gets real ugly that way. And I'll tell you why. It's because these players are in such close proximity to one another for, 120 minutes. So there's a lot of time to get in your opponent's head, and it's easy to do. So it's good to see the referee kind of stepping in there and making sure everybody's cool. Nice save there. Throw in up the line. Danny Tran kicks it out of bounds. So we are looking at a Demon throw-in eventually when the ball comes back. Again, folks, we're tied at 2 here in the second half. Basically, Salmen playing with a man down. There's 10 men on the field for the Salmen Spartans. There's 11, the normal number of players out there for Franklinton. So we'll see if they can take advantage of that advantage. Goal kick. Out of bounds.
Go White.
Brody Graham drops that ball off for Blaine Dufresne. Dufresne sends it back into play. Kondoga comes out, punts the ball straight up in the air. Nicely settled there by Tanner Sandburn.
Come on, Nate. Get her, Nate.
Now Nate Logg.
Stay on it, Nate.
Nice run up the sideline.
Yeah, Robbie.
Bruce Harrison can't get to it. Ackerman. Quick punt.
Get on him, Ivan. Oh, Kevin. Kevin on it. Come on, guys. Come on, Kev.
Blaine Dufresne taken off the ball by number 11. And again, we wait for the ball to get retrieved from the fence line. And now we're waiting for a substitution. So the game has really grinded to a halt in every way. Man. All right. We might see some action here. Blaine Dufresne with the throw in.
There you go, Robbie.
Drew Augustine can't control it. Matos. Spinks coming up from the defensive position to make an offensive play.
Come on, Ivan.
There's Dufresne.
Get on him,
He's
Kev.
looking for a cross. And he gets a corner. Kevin Huynh back there defending. And it'll be a Demon corner kick taken by Ocampo.
Go White.
He spins it in. Hits the crossbar. He was trying to spin that ball into the goal. Well played.
Oh, good one, Sparky.
It'll be a Demon throw in. Looks like both teams have really kind of lost their rhythm here in the second half. The game was going really, a really entertaining game, and it still is to a certain extent, but after the red card and then the yellow card, the game kind of, the complexity of the game changed, and now both teams are really just kind of, you know, I'm not sure that they've regrouped yet in the sense that they feel like they can get the ball into the goal. I'm not sure. But here come the Demons. So, who, you know, I'll be the first to tell you, I could be wrong. But I do know that the pace of the game has changed.
Get it, Bruce.
Nice play from Brody Graham to send it back. O'Neal looked like he got beat, but he got up real fast and did not get beat. Finally, Reyes gets the ball. And there's Drew Augustine again. He likes that shot from right to left.
What a hang, Kai.
goal kick coming out. Wow. Augustine got up for that one. There's Matos. Nice move. Great pass up the line for Garcia. And that's where Timothy Smith said, I'm going to go ahead and kick it out of bounds now. Franklinton defensively look like they're energized. Garcia looking for Harrison. Harrison cannot keep the ball at an appropriate level for Garcia to receive it. And it'll be the Demons throw in now. The ball stays in. Drop off. Nice volley. Really nice play.
Come on, Nate.
Nathan Logg trying to make something happen with Bruce Harrison. Bruce turns it out to Garcia. Garcia with time, back to Harrison. And then defended nicely by the Franklinton Demons.
Come on, guys.
Franklinton throw in. Blaine Dufresne.
There, go.
Matos. He's got daylight. One more step. One more step from Matos. Could have maybe made something happen there.
Good.
The Spartans looking to regroup.
Let's go, guys. Come on.
Again, they're down a man. It's 2-2. I don't have a time clock in the press box anymore. We're well into the second half. I can tell you guys that at home. It's 2-2 again. Franklinton not able to really do much with their extra man on the field. Salmen still able to push the ball forward like they're doing here. There's Law going to the corner. He's gonna get a corner. Well played for the Spartans there.
Come on, guys. Set her up.
And looks like Garcia is gonna drop it off for Harrison. Bruce Harrison is gonna send this ball into play. And you can see over there, the guys are ready to crash the goal. And that ball goes all the way across the field, stays in play. Referee saying no, it didn't. I don't know. And we're making some substitutions now for Franklinton. Going to hold off from throwing the ball in. Dufresne making a run up the near sideline, turns it into center. Nice move out to Tanner Sandburn. Tanner is able to get it back to Dufresne, but Garcia breaks it up. And then Danny Tran cleans it up. There's Draven Spinks. Number 11. And a Franklinton throw in. This is Brody Graham up the line. Garcia falling down. Matos can't get it. Another throw in. Franklinton way. Brody Graham again. It's chested down by Dufresne and then popped up over his head. Got a free kick for the Salmen Spartans. O'Neal puts his foot into this one, and it's a wide open goal in a foot race. Well played by the Demons. Looking to make something happen here. Log. Connor Ackerman comes out, makes a play. There's a punt. Nice punt across midfield. Matos waits on that one. And gets it. Turns for Log. Log cannot receive that ball. Here comes Alvaro Ocampo. Doesn't get his foot on that one like he wanted to. And now it's going the other way. Garcia misstep. Sandburn taking off the ball. And it ends up with Sean Scallon sending it out of play where you see it now as it heads toward the chain link fence. Rhett Sharp with you, bringing you all the action here in Slidell. 2-2 ball game. It's been exciting up to a point.
Go ahead.
Kevin Nguyen. There's Bruce Harrison. Uh-oh, here comes Drew Augustine. Wow.
Good play, John.
Condoga makes a diving save. It looked like it might not have gone in anyway, but you always want to be on the safe side if you're a goalkeeper. You know, don't let something get by you that you shouldn't. So here comes a corner kick. Well handled. Punt.
Get it, Robbie. Rouge.
Come on, guys, upfield.
The Demons have really turned the tide here, and you can see now, the later we get into this match, and you know, both teams are getting a little, you know, physically these games are demanding, so both teams getting winded here. You can see that the disadvantage that the Spartans have playing down a man is becoming a factor. Matos, number 17.
Move, guys, let's go.
With the throw in. Harrison. Blaine Dufresne. One touch too many. O'Neal. There's Danny Tran. Dufresne. Out of bounds. Garcia. Dufresne. Dufresne just let it go there. He just kind of gave up on the play. Okay, we've got a handball now, and here come the Spartans. Garcia. Nope, that's O'Neal. And there's Connor Ackerman again. No problem for the junior goalkeeper. Drew Augustine. And that's Kai O'Neill, takes another tumble. He's been knocked down a couple times here in this game. And there's a show of sportsmanship there between the two teams. You like to see that. There's been a lot of crazy action back and forth here. Red cards, yellow cards. Again, tie ball game, 2-2. And this ball will be put in play.
Get it on, White.
There's Ocampo.
Grab it, Ed. Down.
Plenty of grass. Move on, move it.
Matos to Garcia. Nice moves from Garcia.
Get on it,
Up
Nate.
to Log. And it goes out of bounds. And now we've got a substitution here for Franklinton. And a throw in. Garcia and Harrison. Out to win.
Go, go, go.
There's Matos. See what he can do. Well defended. And Franklinton clears it. Franklinton's defense has certainly stiffened up here in the second half, as the Spartans have had far fewer chances. A lot of it could be accounted for probably because of the loss of Salim Yila early in the second half to a red card. But in general, the Spartans have been shut down here in the second half. Nice little outlet pass to number 11. I apologize, man, I don't know your name. Log trying to track that down, can't do it. And again, here's a throw in. Dufresne. Out of bounds. I'm saying that a lot tonight.
Go, White.
Here's your throw in. Garcia can't handle it. Drew Augustine kind of gets one to trickle towards goal. Really no problem. Dufresne gets overwhelmed there from the Salmen defense. I'm not sure what happened there. O'Neill
Go, White.
surveys the field, looks to put it into play. Wow, that was well done from Brody Graham. Augustine. Ocampo. Dufresne misses with that shot. And we're going to have a goal kick. We've got under 5 minutes to play here in the second half. The score again, folks, 2-2. The first half really belonged to the Spartans. The second half has belonged to the Demons. Nobody there to get that ball as it trickles through midfield. Log. Nice turn, drops it off for Garcia. Garcia looks for Harrison, finds him. Harrison tries to turn it back to the center, can't do it. Just defensively overwhelmed. Can't get rid of it. Quinn tries to find Matos, can't do it. Dufresne lets it go. Quinn again.
Get it up the field. Running out of time.
Nice move. Pass to a demon defender.
There's a handball.
And that ball passed up the line. Number 11 turns away from Dufresne. There's O'Neal.
Go, Nate, go.
Log. Nice pass to Harrison. There's a give and go. Log sets up for a shot. Connor Ackerman is there. One more pass would have set that up. But that was a nice give and go from Log and Harrison. Dufresne gets lost. Garcia. Over to Matos. He's got some room. And Matos pulls up. Looks like he may have pulled something or a cramp. Not sure. He gets up. He's going to have to take a play off at least. So again, this game comes to a stop. Matos stays in. I guess it was a cramp. He just cramped up there, which can happen as we await the Demon throw in. Pretty deep into their own side. Quinn saves it. Immediately gives it away to the Demons. Dufresne up the line. Sandburn flicks it back. Dufresne receives it again. And then it's just cleared straight to the Spartan goalkeeper. So we've got around 2 minutes to play here in regulation.
Go White.
Sandburn sends that across. The goalie looks like he may have injured himself. And another yellow card given out to Draven Spinks, who's been a defensive powerhouse back there for the Demons. And looks like we're going to take an injury timeout, folks. And we're back in play after that injury timeout. Looked like Draven Spinks inadvertently, we like to believe, kicked Vadim Kondoga in the hand, and that's what got him the yellow card. So, again, we're under 2 minutes to go in the second half, tied 2-2. It looks more and more like we're going to extra time here, but we'll see what these two teams have in store. The count now: 2 yellow cards for Franklinton and a red card for the Spartans. Garcia drops it off to O'Neal. O'Neal crosses fields to number 11. Up to Huynh. He gets run over, but he gets it back. He's got Harrison wide open. You just got to find him. And we've got out of bounds. Nice sportsmanship there. No, we got a free kick. I'm sorry, not out of bounds. Quinn got taken down. This could be the last hurrah. The Spartans need to settle that ball. Matos, nothing on that shot. Just, I mean, he got a foot on it, but nothing more. The ball punched in the air. Nice heel flick there from Garcia. And this is going to be Blaine Dufresne with the inbounds throw in. Mason Davis missed it. Reyes. And that ball's going to go out of bounds.
Step in front of it. That's ours. Let's go. White ball. Let's go. Come on, guys.
Harrison all the way inside, looking for Matos. Log to Reyes. There's a penalty. And there is another yellow card given out to the Demons. That's Ocampo this time. So that's 3 yellow cards given to the 3 different Demon players. So the yellow cards are flying quickly. Let's see what happens here, as this might well be the last play of regulation. Short drop off to Garcia. He had a small window to get that shot off, unable to do it, and that ball rolls out of bounds.
Okay, you guys are running out of time. Let's go.
Number 11. We are waiting for now a Spartan throw in. Out of bounds again. And it's going to go Franklinton's way.
Come on, guys. Take it.
There's got to be essentially no time left. And there's another whistle. There's a lot going on down there that we are not, I'm not sure. The referees are really dragging this second half out. The ball up the line. Garcia and Reyes. And that's the end of regulation here in Slidell with the score equalized at 2, both the Demons and the Spartans. All right, folks, buckle up. We're in overtime here. Spartans and the Demons tied at 2. So we're going to play 2 10-minute overtime, basically halves. See if we can sort this out. A little recap of the game. Franklinton scored first early in the first half, only to be outscored by Salmen. The score at halftime was 2-1. And then after a lot of back and forth in the second half. Franklinton equalized, but then came the cards. The referee stepped in, started delivering red cards, yellow cards, and the craziness ensued from there. So here we are in the first overtime period here in a game that was initially supposed to be played a couple of nights ago. I touched on it at the top of our broadcast. It got rescheduled because of severe cold weather. And I can't imagine if they would have played this type of game in that weather, everyone would have been frozen. But tonight is not so bad. I'm inside of a press box, so it's really easy for me to say that, but I don't think it's too bad. There's some fans down there watching the action unfold here. And here's Ocampo and O'Neal.
That's white ball. That's white.
And referee saying that it's a Franklinton throw-in. Tempers have flared and settled here tonight. And so just like that, you can call it karma, but the Spartans get the throw-in now off of a bad throw-in from the Demons. And it's out of bounds, which it's been a lot of in this game, out of bounds.
Nate, tell these guys you can't finesse it. If you got a shot, take it.
Reyes
And you're like, yeah.
to Garcia, and they've just really slowed down. Like nobody's running now. We're just kind of walking through this. Ocampo,
Get it out of there, guys.
I guess that wasn't a dangerous kick. I mean, he got a foot on it.
Clear.
Matos can't find anybody, but he gets it back, and then it goes out of bounds. And then there's a fall. See, that's dangerous right there. That's dangerous. A bit of a scary moment down there in the field for Mason Davis, but he got up, walked off on his own power. It looks like he's going to be okay, and that's good news. So here we are back in overtime between the Franklinton Demons and the Salmen Spartans.
Good. Get it out of there.
The Demons looking to get the go-ahead goal here. That ball no problem for the Salmen goalkeeper.
Get him. Nate, come on. Go, Nate, go.
Ocampo receives the ball. Nice moves. Inside, outside, and there's a shot. And it's going all the way to the scoreboard, folks. All the way to the scoreboard. Again, for those unfamiliar with the overtime rules of high school non-playoff soccer, you get 2 10-minute extra periods. If the score is still tied after that, after 20 minutes of overtime, we're going to penalty kicks, which for me is the most exciting aspect of this game a lot of times. You know, it takes a while to get there, but once you do, it's all or nothing. Dufresne trying to make something happen there. Matos can't control it. Garcia. Matos back to Garcia, who then gets taken off the ball by Draven Spinks.
Get it down, guys.
Ocampo takes a one-time shot out of the air. Why not? Try anything at this point.
Go, go. Clear.
Garcia
Here we go. Let's go.
up the far sideline from Matos. Going to be a throw-in. Takes it quickly. Harrison. That's going to be a corner kick, folks. A corner kick for the Salmen Spartans.
White shirts, let's go.
We are knotted at 2. I can't stress to you enough how important a go-ahead goal would be for either one of these teams here who have played really spectacular soccer. But you know that they're getting tired, and let's not forget that the Spartans are playing down a man. after losing Yila in the second half to a red card. That ball gets lofted high. Well defended there from Drew Augustine. Matos gets it out to Garcia. Wynn tries to wrangle that one in, can't do it. Log to Wynn, who gets overwhelmed by Ocampo.
Go after the ball, guys. Good hustle, good hustle. Go, 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 go. Come on, Nate.
Danny Tran,
Come on, Nate.
nice work.
Go, guys.
Ocampo
Go, White. Good.
still on it.
Keep it up. Yeah,
Taken off the
go,
ball
go.
by Reyes. Reyes with a nice move.
Clear it.
Can't do anything with it though. Dufresne. Tran. O'Neal. Number 11. Matos. There's Bruce Harrison waiting on some help and finds it. Log. Connor Ackerman comes out, makes the big play for the Demons.
Take it. Go.
Reyes dribbles around a defender.
There you go, Ed.
This is Derlin Montez. No, he drops the ball off for his teammate to throw it in. Ocampo sent it straight in the air at midfield. Bruce Harrison drops it off for Reyes. Over to O'Neal. Back to Tran. Harrison chests it down. Reyes.
Upfield, guys, up the field.
Ocampo content to head that ball out of bounds and live to fight another day here offensively. O'Neal. Log. Franklinton well defensed.
Plenty of room, plenty of time.
O'Neal and Tran, a little back and forth action. Harrison over to Wynn. Wynn with a little momentum. Garcia in the middle of the field tries to get it to Log. Harrison looks like he might have a chance. Nope. Log. Ocampo. Garcia. Reyes off of Ocampo. Back to Garcia. Off of Ocampo. Back into Dufresne. Ocampo playing some ball. Look at this. Wow. Man. Drew Augustine trying to sneak one in over the top of, I believe that's Condoga. If it's not, I apologize, Salmen. And that is the end of your first 10-minute extra time period. We are still knotted at 2 here in Slidell. And we're back at it, folks. The second 10-minute overtime period. Again, if you've stayed with us this long, you might as well stay with us to the end of the game. This is going to be what we call an instant classic here in the prep zone, as both teams have really fought their hearts out to get to this point. And we'll see if it goes to penalty kicks. Now, basically,
White ball, let's go.
Either team can score and the game will still play. You know, it's not a golden goal situation at all where a goal from either team will end the game. We're going to go 10 minutes here no matter what. And there's a quick foul, and it's going to put the Spartans up in a position to make a play. Garcia up the log, out of bounds. The temperature dropping out there as we speak. It's about 47 degrees according to my phone, which is, you know, a couple degrees here or there off, but for the most part, we're in the 40s here. And they have been now, these teams on the field playing soccer for 90+ minutes. And you can imagine the toll that that will take on you physically. And again, can't stress enough, the Salmen Spartans are playing down a man. So for them to still be competing like this is really a testament to their physical skills out there. Franklinton also playing at a real high level here tonight, and we'll just see how this pans out. There goes Draven Spinks, who they've moved up, looks like, to more of an offensive-minded position. It might pay off for them here as Draven drops it off for Dufresne. Dufresne with a nice move, another nice move. Matt's giving Matos all he can handle out there. Harrison. Yeah, it looks like Drew Augustine has switched spots with Spinks. And that ball goes off of the football uprights. Gonna be a goal kick.
Come on, guys, let's go. Good score, White. Go.
Short kick out to number 11. O'Neal. There's Garcia with room. And he just kind of passed. That was a lackluster pass. It makes it. Offsides. Wow. They're going to tag, look like Matos with an offside call. He was close. It did look like he had a step. That ball cut off by Dufresne. And then here's Bruce Harrison looking for Log. Log's got a chance. Yeah, there's a penalty there. Everybody's feet got tangled up. I don't think he did it on purpose, but here comes another card. And this is the 4th yellow card now. And a red, there's a red. Was it a double yellow red? Yeah. Nathan Ackerman looking at a red card. So now both teams playing down a man. And that really evens the playing field, even though it's really pretty late in this game. We've got under 10 minutes to go in the final overtime period, but this is a pretty good spot for the Spartans to be in at this point of the game. Again, that was Nathan Ackerman with the double yellow red card, I believe. Here's Bruce Harrison as we await the call, the official to get in position. And here we go. Let's see what Bruce can do here. Sends it in. Ackerman knocks it down. Connor Ackerman comes out, tries to rally his troops. Kicks the ball straight in the air. And that ball played back up the line, out of bounds. So both teams now with 10 men on the field, and we're tied at 2. O'Neal. Quinn. Matos sends it up. That's Drew Augustine sending it across the field. Spartan throw in. And another Spartan throw in. Well played up the line for Spinks. Drops it off for Ocampo, who just takes a shot. Watch the bounce. No problem for Condoga. Garcia. Wow, well played. Almost saved for the Spartans. The Demons doing some work on the far sideline. Nice turn. And then taken off the ball by Log. Nate Log doing some work. Look at him. It's a wall back there. Nate Log getting it done. Looking for a foul. He gets it. Blaine Dufresne. Let's see what he decides to do here. It's Ocampo or Dufresne. We're not sure who's going to take this kick yet. Both of them set up. Looks like Dufresne. Going to go for a shot. He does. It was a nice ball. It would have been a little outside to the right, but it was a nice ball nonetheless from Dufresne, who's back on defense now. Bruce Harrison in a foot race. Wow. Timothy Smith making the play of the game. And he got all ball. That was a really well defended, because that is a dangerous, dangerous play. Inside the box, you're going to slide tackle like that. You got to know that you're in the right position. And it looked like to me correctly that Timothy Smith just made a heck of a defensive play. The ball gets sent in. Wow, he almost bent it in. Man, very, very close to being a goal from a corner kick. Again, everybody at home, we're tied at 2. We're in the second overtime period here at Salmen Stadium. Both these teams have battled and battled. And it's coming down to this. The ball just crosses the face of the goal. Out of bounds goal kick. It looks to me like we're going to penalty kicks, folks. And if you've never seen a penalty kick shootout in a soccer game, you need to stick around and check it out. They can get pretty exciting. Log sends it up to Harrison. Timothy Smith back there, the enforcer, making the stops when he needs to.
Come on, Spartans! There we go. Come on, guys.
That ball played up to O'Neal. Over to Matos, who's looking for a win. He's got him. Win goes for the corner. I mean, the cross, excuse me. Wow, and Nate Log could have ended it in a crazy, crazy fashion right there. And that is the end of our second overtime period. Again, 2-2, everybody, and hang on, because here comes the penalty kicks. All right, folks, this is it. This is we've gone to PKs after full 2 halves of regulation, 2 halves of overtime. These two teams have scored 2 goals apiece, and we're going to penalty kicks, which I've said it before in the broadcast. One of the most exciting things in all of, especially soccer, to me, sports in general. This is really, this is where it's at. So what happens is both teams pick their 5 players who they think have the best opportunity to score goals from the penalty kick position, and we go alternate one team at a time for 5 kicks. And up first for the Spartans is Kai O'Neill. And Kai buries it. So Salmen 1-0 with the first penalty kick. And here's some gamesmanship. You like to see that. Is Alvaro Ocampo steps up. He had a heck of a game tonight. Let's see what he can do against Vadim Karongo. This is always nerve-wracking for both teams. You know, this looks like it might be a chip shot, but I'll tell you what, if you're the kicker, nerves play a huge factor in this. Ocampo makes it count, buries it in the corner, and we're tied at 1 here, folks. This could get interesting. The Spartans are going to send up Nate Logg. Let's see what he can do. Nate all over the field tonight. Another heck of a player. Sneaks it by Connor Ackerman. And, you know, the thing is, Connor jumped correctly to his left, and Logg was still able to put it out of reach. So, you know, a lot of factors go into whether or not you make the ball or you block the ball. And then there's sometimes where you just flat out miss it. And those are the toughest ones to endure. And that ball drops in for Drew Augustine. And here comes Bruce Harrison. All these guys that are stepping up to the plate here late. Had a heck of a game, and it's just continuing here in this crucial aspect of soccer. Connor Ackerman has not stopped one yet. Kondoga has not stopped one yet. Harrison makes it count. These guys are looking like they've done this before, and I got to tell you, you know, I've played soccer for a lot of years, and this here is really difficult. So, I mean, you know, mentally, and the more that they go tied up here, the more it gets into your head. You just got to collect yourself and make it happen. And there's a stop. There's a stop. Wow. That's Dufresne unable to make that one count. And this puts a whole lot of pressure now on the rest of the Demons. As Robson Matos steps up. Matos not taking a whole lot of time and just guides it in. He just guides it in, really. He knew it. And with that, Draven Spinks, who had a heck of a defensive game, now it's squarely on his shoulders if this game continues or not. If he misses, it's over, folks. Draven Spinks, the Demons' last hope here in Slide L. Let's see what happens. And he slips. He slips, and the Salmen Spartans come away with a victory here with penalty kicks. Unbelievable game, everybody. I'm glad you can enjoy this with me. The Spartans come away with a victory, really, in penalty kicks. So with that, we'd like to thank everyone who helped us bring you this game, starting with the Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Trey Foles, our Director of Broadcasting at Channel 13, Dr. Melody Swang, my cameraman out there in the weather tonight, David Williams, Coordinator, Editor-in-Chief at Channel 13, and I'm Rhett Sharp. And I hope you've enjoyed this game as much as I have, because it really has been a hard-fought game. Both teams really deserve everything that they got tonight. And we'll see you next time, folks. Thanks a lot.